show was not ready for us, but we were ready for the show, you know? Lyndsey Younger, Deputy Park Director, City of Alton. How are we doing today?
I am great.
Beautiful outside.
Yes, loving this weather.
I keep asking people. I don't have a window down in the basement, so I just kind of guess. I hope it's nice. One day it was like, oh, it's going to be beautiful outside today. It was pouring down rain, and I got so many texts like, "What are you drinking already, dude?" With that being said, micro soccer commences in just 2 Sundays.
Yeah, we're going to start on April 23rd.
And I might know the guy that's one of the numerous individuals that will be out there helping. I love micro soccer, a great program for the little ones to get out there and just have some fun and get some exercise. And for the parents, they're ready for nap time Sunday evening.
Yes.
So, Lyndsey, how long have you been Deputy Park Director for now?
Almost 2 years for this department.
Really? So from year 1 to year 2, is everything starting to streamline a little bit, getting it together?
Getting it together.
Really
usually
cool.
about 2 years, and you kind of got it down a little better.
Well, you do great work at keeping everything organized and getting these programs underway with Mike, and really the Park and Rec Department does a great job and really needs to be highlighted.
Thank you.
Talk to us about some of these other programs, because micro soccer we're kind of jam-packed with in one age group, it seems like.
Yeah, we already have about 32 players signed up in the 4 and 5 division, and I think about 14 3-year-olds. So we could still take some more 3-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
A few more 4 and 5-year-olds, and we're still taking registration for that.
When does registration close?
Well, we don't have usually about a week before the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they still have about a week left if parents want to get their little one registered.
Yeah, and 1 and 2, that's great, just because we know that everybody's busy with the holiday, and then you got school getting ready to, with spring break ending. So you got a week, get the little one signed up and enjoy, because it's really fun for the parents, seeing them out there and kind of just, conversing and hanging out with their friends of their, that their age that have kids. It's kind of cool. I like seeing all that.
Yeah, and as you know, the program, it's growing. And
every day.
It's good to get these little ones interested and started in soccer, and hopefully we feed them to, the other soccer program, which, by the way, this year we've had our first spring soccer. It's getting ready to start up in 2 weeks.
How is that going for you guys? You got a lot of turnout?
We have a little over 200 registered.
Wow.
So, it's lower than our fall season, but that's expected.
Right.
We're just trying to give these teams more opportunity to play.
Well, and it's really a great opportunity because, only thing that goes on soccer in spring for a lot of it is club.
Yeah.
Some parents and some families don't have the money to afford a club season and want to still have those reps. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what are those age levels that are playing spring soccer?
So it's U6 all the way to U13 to 15.
Wow. That's pretty darn impressive. We were talking about this, and you said, well, we're wanting to do spring soccer. I said, good luck. Well, I was wrong again. Because you guys, you knock it out of the park, Lyndsey, and really, this is really exciting. Do you have enough referees, everything, too?
Well, we could always use more referees, so if anyone's interested, wants to ref soccer, just call the parks office and we'll get you an application.
Well, and seriously, for the parents at home, or if you're a high school student out there that peeks through the show throughout the broadcast day, as I know you do, you really can ask for a better employment opportunity. Seasonal job, really, with the refereeing and park maintenance too in the summer. There's so many different opportunities that await you.
Yeah, it's great for young kids, retirees.
Yeah.
I work around your schedule. It's a good, fun summer job.
Yeah,
So.
She really does. I promise you. She can manage every time. It's so funny because I will be, especially during like the end of fall last year, and I'm trying to get the show going. Lyndsey's texting me, hey, can you do this? Can you fill in? And I may or may not have been the most responsive at times, but Lyndsey's patient and she'll work with you and make sure that we all achieve that goal. And man, you're doing really great work. So we got that soccer program starting in the spring. Other summer activities are?
So, youth baseball and softball is getting ready to start up as well.
Oh, yeah.
And we have our own T-ball and machine pitch program that we have.
Your machine pitch program is actually really, really good. I really love. Every time I think about my park and rec experience, very rare with soccer as I went to club really young, but with baseball, that machine pitch was my favorite time to play baseball because I can't hit an off-speed breaking ball. So I had some fun hitting it off the machine, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool. And now the splash pad, another amenity of the Park and Recs department, that opens up sometime soon.
Memorial Day weekend. So kind of like a pool, Memorial Day through Labor Day, we will be open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. unless it's bad weather outside. We usually post on Facebook if we're closing for inclement weather. But that's, the splash pad, this is our 3rd year. It's still pretty new. Some people are still unaware of it in this area. So bring the little ones. It's great.
It really, and it's clean too. It's
very clean. We have a fence around it. A lot of parents love that. Their child cannot get out unless, someone opens the gate. We have concessions, bathrooms, and of course it's at the beautiful river front park. So
well, and too, that's what I like because there's so many ways to where as a parent, and I'm not there yet, and hopefully won't be for quite a long time because good night when that happens. But I will say this, just thinking out loud, going, if I'm a parent. And I have the splash pad. I'm going to think about those things. Is there a fenced-in place where I can set my stuff down and not to be right over there being that helicopter mom or dad? And nothing wrong with that if you are, but it's great for the parents to just sit out there, read a book while your kid's having fun on the splash pad. And then another thing too that is really great at Park and Rec is that playground you guys have for everyone. That all-inclusive playground where I'm telling you what. You think that some of these restaurants and bars are busy on a weekend? Head on over to the park and see the line for the swings over there. I mean, it is loved by everybody.
It is very well used.
I like that. That's a better answer. We can make a good family feud team,
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. So with that being said, I mean, what's your favorite part of your job as the Deputy Park and Rec Director? Because you wear many hats. You're always kind of moving and transitioning. What's the best part of the job?
Well, I like doing the behind the scenes.
Yep.
And then I do the work so others could play.
Good. I like that.
I love doing what I do for the families, for the community, getting all these programs, giving these families and kids something to do here in the Alton area. It's something I really enjoy doing. So
absolutely. And hey, guys, let me tell you about this, too, with these seasonal hiring jobs. Whether you want to be a camp counselor, a park supervisor, maintenance, concessions, janitor, for me, I just label myself a public nuisance there. But, so many great things. I want to ask you about summer camp because I don't think people realize how great of a summer camp you guys have. And it's really something I want to highlight because when I actually was a counselor.
Really? Okay, I did not know that about
exactly.
you.
That little initial really was like, wow. Who was doing the hiring 10 years ago, But we had so much fun. And joking aside, you guys pull out all the stops, whether it's fishing, archery, so many really great outdoor activities, really all summer long. Can you give us a little bit more insight on that summer program?
Yeah, so summer camp's going to be starting, let's see here, in June 5th.
Okay.
And it's 6 weeks. And it's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon. And it's basically kindergarten through 5th grade. You have to have completed kindergarten.
Okay.
And basically we meet at the Munsterman building at Gordon Moore Park. And they play around the park. We do sports, crafts. Like you said, we have a group that comes out and brings kayaks, instructors.
Yeah.
We have a fishing instructor that comes out with IDNR.
He helped me.
He's a great guy.
I swear, I was so scared of touching the damn fish, and I'm just gonna say I was freaking out. And I don't know why. We used to fish for bluegill, but I'd always throw the fish to Dad. My sister would be the one to put the hand on there. I learned as a teenager, but I still learned how to touch that fish.
Yep. He teaches you how to, hold them properly and how to bait them and
how not to be afraid of touching the fish after you're done catching it.
Yes,
there's two parts to that equation.
And then we also go on weekly field trips too, usually bowling or to the splash pad.
That's right. And that's what I think is really a great opportunity for a lot of area kids that, because so many times, and that's why I love doing the show, Lyndsey, is people go, well, there's never anything to do, and there's never, and it's like, really? open your eyes a little bit and turn around, because every program in the city, whether it's Alton Park and Rec, whether it's other area programs, you guys always have something going on for us to be a part of. And I wanted to ask you this. I'm going to put you on the spot here, but I figured that was going to happen. I wanted to ask you, and I was going to send you a text 3 weeks ago about the mom and son bowling that you guys were doing, which I think is one of the coolest things out there, because this is something that's newer. I haven't seen a lot of other.
Really?
Yeah, really? I've never really seen anything like that before. Take us through mom and son bowling. Is this a newer program?
So kinda, but not really. I think the daddy-daughter dance is huge everywhere.
That's a staple.
And I kept hearing from moms, what about us? What about us and sons?
Yeah.
So before I worked for Alton Parks and Rec, I worked for Belleville Parks and Rec, and I came up with mom and son bowling. I don't know if it was around anywhere else, but I
never
came
heard
up
of
with
it.
it.
Yeah.
And then, this area, they picked up on what we were doing as well, and they started doing it in other departments. So it's becoming popular, and we have it every year. So if you missed out this year, we're going to have mom and son bowling every year in March. Daddy-daughter dance is always in February, and then we follow up March with the mom and son bowling.
That's really cool. And I saw that and I went, man, this is something awesome, because I see it's like every February. Especially because I'm new to RiverBender, but I'm not new to this. So I've kind of understood what was going to happen. I have never seen so many brochures for daddy-daughter dance.
Yes, they're everywhere. Churches,
and they're great.
Schools, parks and rec, everybody's doing them,
And they're great, and they really are. But
are.
to have something for the moms too, and just to give them that extra incentive to utilize Alton Park and Rec's department, really is a great thing. And you guys have a strong team, with Patty in the office and you and Mike leading the charge, and so many great, secondary employees, or those support level staff members at the parks that are maintaining it. Now, are you guys actively looking for park maintenance?
We are actually hiring for a new full-time position.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Sometimes you just stumble upon a good question.
Yes.
There you
So it's a full-time parks maintenance position.
Really cool.
Yep.
And how do we apply for that?
Well, you could just go to the city website and go to employment, and it should be on there. Or you could just stop by the Parks and Rec office, and we'll hand you an application.
There you go. I would always recommend giving a call, because I never do that to you guys. I just pop in and drop in on your busiest times always.
We don't mind.
No, you're always saying hi, going, all right, CJ, what do you need now? But really, you guys do. I really think that if a lot of other communities modeled what you guys do with Alton Park and Rec, a lot of our area programs, throughout RiverBend's coverage area would be so much better, because you guys really do great work in obtaining grants and making sure that you're not only taking care of Gordon Moore Park, but the, dozens of other area parks that you guys service, which I don't think people realize.
How many parks we have, yes.
Do you know how many off the top of your head?
I want to say I don't. That's more of a Mike question.
That's a great answer.
Around 15 or maybe a few more than that.
Because, you guys are always maintaining those. You're trying to figure out what you can do to make those parks, better and advance those. And then you're taking care of the staple at Gordon Moore, which is a whole different entity in itself.
Yes.
And wanted to ask you, how's the Rose Garden looking ahead of, senior prom? And I know people like to get pictures out there.
The Rose Garden, they're going to start blooming very soon.
Yep.
Very soon. My husband actually works in the Rose Garden.
No way!
Yes, he does. So he's out there taking care of them right now.
That's really cool. I did not know that.
Yep.
Was this newer? Is this a newer edition?
He started probably about a year ago part-time, and then he finally got full-time. So
really cool.
Now he's in the Rose Garden.
Well, and too, it's so beautiful in the summer, and I always tell people, it's like, you spend all this money getting married. Why don't you just go get married in the Rose Garden?
We do have several weddings in our Rose Garden. It's fairly inexpensive, and we also have, our Oriental Garden is a wedding venue, in Riverview Park.
That's a great wedding venue. Now that's where I want to get married, because that way I can hold traffic up down at Argosy,
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I really mean that, Lyndsey. Every program you guys do, and I want to go through. I know you guys have flag football, and you guys have baseball, softball, and all these other things. Are there any others that I missed for the spring-summer cycle?
I don't think so. Flag football is they're playing right now. We
Right.
have a little over 250, I believe, registered. It's great. That program also continues to grow. So they have about 3, maybe 4 more weeks, and flag football will be ending. So
Really cool.
no, I think we hit most of the programs for the summer.
There we go. Look at CJ rocking and rolling today.
And then fall soccer, we're still taking a registration for fall soccer. The deadline for that is July 21st.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize that was because of how many players and
Yes,
things.
we try to get the deadline cut a little early. That way we have. I mean, last year is around maybe 400 or 500.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I tell people this, Lyndsey. This is years ago. I was a senior in high school, which was 7 years ago, and now the reality of the world is hitting me, and I'm not, 18 anymore, and life sucks. But, I was sitting there in City Hall, and I heard, and I didn't know this, that Alton Park and Rec at the time was the largest park and rec program in Madison County for soccer.
Oh,
Just
really?
in soccer. This was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. But to see, you guys really taking the reins over it, and you've done just a phenomenal job and really doing what, leading that and organizing the referees and doing the job of Charlie and Bill into one person and having Patty help support you. You're doing great work.
I'm trying. All my work, I try to do quality.
Yep.
So.
Well, you're carrying the reins strong.
I appreciate it.
As somebody that was on that Gator for 12 years, I know how hard it is. And dealing with, parents and, getting, referees that are younger that are just trying to learn the game and trying to fight off the very aggressive parents in some locations and, managing all of that, but managing the programs, organizing everything, making sure that the park's maintained. You're doing a great job. And once again, what are you guys looking for right now? If someone called you today and said, "Hey, I want to take care of this for you," camp counselor, what's the things that you're going to encourage the most for hiring?
Parks maintenance and soccer refs and baseball and softball umpires.
Like I said, great opportunity for the student athlete. Lyndsey will work with your sports schedule. So if you got games coming up, well, you'll schedule you for a day you don't have a game. And then you can make some really good money too because you guys pay well for umpiring and ref and soccer.
Yeah, we try to keep our rates competitive. So, people want to work for us and, make it worthwhile.
Well, and I will personally attest to this, Lyndsey. Once you get to meet Lyndsey, you'll just want to work because you like Lyndsey, you like Mike, and you love the Alton Park and Rec Department. Lyndsey, thanks so much for stopping by, and really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, CJ.
No problem. 10:47 on this 12th day of April. It's a Wednesday in the heart of the River Bend. We'll take a quick break, wrap up our daily show because I got to get to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council at Bakers and Hale. So let's get to this commercial break and wrap this up next.